Alright. Legendary Cube time. Ooh, I haven't seen this Utter End promo before. It's pretty sweet. So in this cube, I don't even know how to describe this cube. My theory is that there's not really any aggro decks. There are a ton of horrible creatures and a ton of really expensive creatures. And I think the best thing to do is to draft ramp slash fixing aggressively early in the game, and then trust that you'll get some big horrible creatures in packs 2 and packs 3. As a result, I'm leaning towards a Simic Signet. Other option would be Gruul Turf. I like Utter End. Cheap removal is pretty sweet because everyone's playing these like 7, 8, 12 drops, and being able to exile anything at instant speed is nice. But I still think I'm going with Simic Signet. So for me, priorities are ramp slash fixing, because I will probably end up 4 or 5 colors. And then, after that, cheap, efficient removal spells that can take down anything, because you get such a huge tempo swing when your opponent plays an 8-drop and you kill it for 2 mana. Now, options are Factor Fiction, which is excellent, or Signet number 2, and Boros Signet. With the Signets and the Bounce Lands, I really don't care what colors they are. Doesn't make a bit of difference to me. Oh man, I love Faf. The rest of the cards, Omnath, and I guess it's fine in green ramp. Muzio, good for artifact strategies. None of these cards are really impressive. The land cyclers are fine. There's a lot of artifacts, so Crossing Grip is decent. There are both brothers Yamakaze in the cube, but even if you get both of them, they still are horrible. And Warstorm Surge, super janky. I think I'm going to break my rule and take the Factor Fiction here, just because it's so good. Now, Mortify is one of those sweet unconditional removal spells. It's instant speed, destroy a target enchantment or creature. Coalition Victory could be fun, but that's something that'll probably table. I do like Atarka. If everyone's playing big horrible things, Atarka is one of the better big horrible things you can play. Stuff like Kamal, Ayumi, not exciting. Wrath is sweet. There probably is some sort of control deck in this format. At first I was excited for Devour and Shadow, but all the creatures are so big that you typically lose a lot of life. I think we're looking at Mortify, Wrath, or Sultai Charm. Either that or like Moss Diamond, which is just so much worse. I'm going to take Mortify. Maybe we end up being like Esper Control or something. Oh. Well, that said, that's a Cruel Ultimatum. Cruel Ultimatum is one of the sweetest cards you will ever cast in your entire life. We're not getting much fixing a ramp though, so that might be ambitious. We do have, I mean, we can splash Mortify, and there is a ton of fixing, so odds are we will get the fixing sooner or later. Don't think this card is particularly playable. Yeah. I love that when a player loses a game, it gets 13 +1/+1 counters, which is completely irrelevant in heads-up games. Tasker is probably fine. Let's take Cruel Ultimatum. Why not? I really like these storage lands too, actually. The first draft I played a couple of them, and they're pretty sweet. Because there's just not much going on the early turns of the game, so you can use these to ramp up into your big spells a lot quicker. I think we're looking at Hallowed Fountain, which would be good. Crackling Doom is actually probably good too. Not excited about Hirobi or Ichor Wellspring. Took Took. If we can, this lets us double up on our Cruel Ultimatum, which would be pretty sweet. It'll probably come around though. I don't think people know about that card. I think we're taking Hallowed Fountain. Hopefully one of those two cards come back. Either uh, the Mizium Mixus, whatever that card was, the instant sorcery exile copy thing, or the land, the Fungal Reaches. Divine Reckoning, I hate that card. Trading Post is probably sweet, but I think you need a pretty specific deck to make it work. Might just take the Negate. Don't mind playing Negate in a format like this. Momentous Fall, a white aggro guy, Artifact white aggro guy, Craziness. Jeskai Ascendancy could be sweet. We don't have any creatures yet. What does this do? Adds 2 to cast Legends? Yeah. Vertaloth, not for me. I think it's Temple of Abandon, Clifftop Retreat, or Jeskai Ascendancy? Let's try Clifftop Retreat, because it's actually on color. Jazzy. Giselle Goldmane. Another aggressive white card, which aggressive decks just, I don't think they work in this format. We're probably taking Drowned Catacombs. Diabolic Tutor might not be bad, since we do have Cruel Ultimatum. I kind of like Whisper of the Muse, too, but we don't have much ramp yet. I think we're just taking Drowned Catacomb. Oh, well that's sweet. Bounce Lands should never table in this format. Bounce Lands are so good, and there's not really any way to get punished by playing them. Oh, the brothers keep coming around. I think it's either Absorb Vis, Krosan Grip, or Terramorphic Expanse. Problem with Terramorphic Expanse is we might not end up with that many basics in our deck. Sometimes you play like 14, 13 non-basics. But I guess the Absorb Vis has the same problem. We'll take Terramorphic. Ooh, Godless Shrine. There's a Coalition victory. Well, there's no way we're going to control basic of each land type. That is the issue. So I guess we just take Godless Shrine. Our mana base is coming along nicely. Search your library for a white card, a blue card, a black card, a red card, a green card. Reveal them, put them in your hand, and shuffle your library. Costs about 1,000,000 mana. Although we could theoretically cast it. It's either that or Rootbound Crag, which isn't that exciting. Why not? Take the Conflux. Ooh, and both came back. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to take... we're going to take Mizzix Mastery just because it's so much fun. And the idea of exiling, like, Counterflux and Cruel Ultimatum. And it's fine just with, like, a Mortify or Faf. I'm 95% sure that the storage land was the right pick there, but if we're gonna play this format, we ought to have fun doing it. So, yeah, Catch and Release. We'll just take Sidisi. Don't think we play it. I don't think anyone wants to play Kongaming, the Sleeping Dragon. Alright, what do we get here in Pack 2? Jeez, Ray of Command is one of the biggest blowout cards you'll ever run into. We might be taking Ray of Command, because that can blow people out pretty hard. Breeding Pool would be fine. Contagion Clasp, I have no idea why that is in the cube. I would play Salt Crusted Steep as a storage land. What's down here? Vendetta, another lose life spell. Now, draw cards to the highest converted mana cost of permanents you control. Well, we don't have many permanents, so I guess we're just taking Ray Command. What do we want back out of this pack? Probably one of the lands, I guess? I guess if we got 1,000,000 mana, we could Wild Ricochet or Cruel Ultimatum, but we'll just take Ray Command. It's a good way to stick it to people. Mana Reflection is probably pretty good. Boros Garrison's good. Is it Signet is probably what we're going to take, though. Mizzix of the Ismagnus. So whenever we cast an instant or sorcery with converted mana cost greater than the number of experience counters we have, we get an experience counter. Then instant and sorceries cost 1 less for each experience counter. So we play this on 4, then we start playing Raise of Commands and such, and make our... Well, it doesn't even make Cruel Ultimatum cheaper. I think that's a deal breaker for us. Anger has got to be horrible in this format, where everything is a million mana. Yeah, we'll just take Izzet Signet. Now what? Fiery Fall's alright. Akroma's Vengeance is probably good. For reals, not exciting. Fellware Stone is probably good. We got a lot of different colors with our lands, so that almost becomes like a Signet. It's either that or Selena Sanctuary. What's this do? Search your library for up to 3 instant cards, exile them, and shuffle your library. You can cast a card with converted mana cost X by paying X and tapping without paying its mana cost. Well, the thing is, if that dies and we exile like our Cruel Ultimatum and Conflux and we lose them forever, I think we're just taking Fellware Stone. We still have 0 creatures. Impulse, I'm sure, is great. Putrefy is probably really good as well. There are artifacts you want to kill. Misty would be good. Click is pretty solid. Terminate is also good. Well, I guess we're taking a removal spell here, most likely. Even though we could get Hallowed Fountain with the Misty. And Temple of Epiphany would be good. Putrefy seems pretty sweet. I think it's better than Terminate or Expunge. Are we going to have green mana? Sometimes. Oh, Misty's so good too. Alright, we'll take Putrefy. Like I said, really good to have unconditional removal spells when everyone's playing 8 drops. Or 9 drops, like Spirit of the Night. Flying Trample, Haste, Protection from Black, First Strike while attacking. I guess that's good. Probably taking Sunken Ruins. Radiant's Judgment would be fine. Esper Charm isn't bad, just as a card draw spell. I have no idea what this does. Sacrifice a creature, put X counters on it, remove all creatures, gets a -1, -1. Doesn't seem good in a deck where that would be our only creature. We are going to want some creatures sooner or later, but we'll take Sunken Ruins. Ooh, Beacon of Tomorrows. Take an extra turn, shuffles back in. That's pretty sweet. All Sun's Dawn is also pretty awesome. We can we can Conflux to get a card of each color, and then All Sun's Dawn to get them all back once we cast them. That gets exiled. Alright, let's take it. This deck is probably not going to work, but... Time Stop. Detention Sphere. Probably just want Detention Sphere, I guess. Time Stop is kind of sweet, but... Detention Sphere is probably better. We are, sooner or later, going to want a creature. Maikakuro, Center of the Sea. I really like this card, but... don't think it's for us. Probably just taking the Imposter here. Salt Crusted Steep or Firelit Thicket. I think we want the storage land. Maybe other people don't like them as many as me. Are we going to get enough playables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Huh. And we have 1 creature, and it's a clone. Sakamisha the Imposter. Shakashima the Imposter. Clone something, you can bounce it back to your hand at end of turn for 4, and it is still legendary. Enchant land. Enchanted land becomes a legendary 8/12 spirit creature with trample until end of turn. Got the Mizzix again. That doesn't seem great for us. I guess Sig is fine, but we can't really deal damage. Let's take Genju of the Realms. Oh man, if I wasn't so worried about that dying, I think it would be sweet. But I got a feeling we're gonna get blown out if we do that. Could take Homicidal Seclusion to make our one creature good. Cezanne. We'll take the Historian. Not sure if we'll play it though. Grasslands can get Godless Shrine and Hallowed Fountain. That makes it, I think, better than the Scryland, since it can get 2 Shocklands. Really have no idea how we ever win with this deck. Target creature gains Shroud. Sure. Take Disenchant, find sideboard card. Well, good news is we got some removal. We can play Terrarion at Cycles. So it's not the worst. Yeah. So we're going to want a couple creatures. Could use more signets, always. Ooh, Elesh Norn is a good creature. I do approve of Elesh Norn. Guess an instant from our graveyard. I think all of our stuff are sorceries. Well, Faf and Ray of Command, but... Maelstrom Wanderer, 8 mana, so we can Cascade into Cruel Ultimatum. I mean, we probably got to take that. Also, can randomly just Cascade into horrible things, but still. I just don't know if Elesh Norn does that much in this format, because the creatures are typically pretty big. Well, do we just like have to take Captain Sisay? Being able to tap and search for a legendary, yeah, it seems nuts. It's either that or Golgari Signet, I guess. Ooh. Return 2 lands, copy target instant sorcery spell, can choose new targets. So that lets us copy like Cruel Ultimatum or something. Problem with Captain Sisay is he can't search for much in our deck. We only have 3 legends somehow. Hopefully we get more. Yeah, we'll take Golgari Signet. Misdirection, Luan. Turn target artifact or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. Badlands is probably good. Silence the Believers is probably pretty sweet too, actually. This is also pretty nuts. Because it just kills, pay 2, tap, kill any legend in the format, and it has protection from legends. Maybe we take that. I don't know how anyone beats that. Yeah, let's take it. So... that's ambitious, even for us. I think. I don't know if we can expect to pay double of every color. Probably just take Mind Stone. Wouldn't mind another card draw spell. Ooh, man. Ugin's Insight's a card draw spell. There's also Dreadship Reef. Well, no one's been taking the storage lands, so we can probably hope that that tables. Nah, I guess it's just Compulsive Research. Oh god. Pyromancer's Goggles. We can use that to cast Conflux for the double Conflux or double Cruel Ultimatum. I mean, it would be sweet. What else are we taking? Probably Steam Vents, I guess, is probably the right pick. Black Sun Zenith might be alright too. Let's take Steam Vents. Now... Alright, so let's like a very expensive Man of War. Dismantling Blow is actually pretty sweet, and it draws cards. Rings of the Bright Hearth. I don't know what that does in our deck. Probably nothing. I think we'll just take Dismantling Blow. I don't mind main decking that. There's enough artifact and enchantments that we can do that and not feel like we're just going to have it rotting in our hand. Well, this should be interesting. Can we play Alhemra's Archive? We don't have any life gain. Doubling up our card draw would be sweet, but we don't have that much of it. We'll take Vanish into Memory. Could play it in some world. Temple of Malice is probably the right pick. I don't mind Crystal Ball either. Kind of like a really bad Sensei's Divining Top. Yeah, we have enough. We'll take Crystal Ball. We might play it. We might. None of this stuff is very appealing. What are we most worried about? None of it? I don't know. I don't think it matters. Ooh, Cinderglade. Might play that. Dreadship Reef came back around. So that's what I was saying about mana in this format. We have 12 non-basics. So we're basically going to play, I guess, 5 basic lands most likely. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-mana ramp spells. So we probably play 17 lands still. We'll see. We didn't get as many bounce lands as I would like. I would play many bounce lands. But 2 storage lands isn't bad. I don't think there's really anything that punishes lands in this format. Some of the other cubes you got to worry about Wasteland and Strip Mine, but I don't think we got that going on in this cube. So we got to cut 1 card for sure. Maybe 2 cards. So basically all card draw and removal and a couple of random, extremely random things. Oh, that card. Yeah, well, I will probably play it. Impulsive Research, Dismantling Blow, Crystal Ball. The format's slow enough that Crystal Ball seems pretty good. Cloning also seems sweet. All Sun's Dawn probably wins us a lot of games. I'm not sure what to cut. So if we cast Conflux, we can get like Maelstrom Wanderer, green card, Cruel Ultimatum, Genju of the Fens, Mortify, and Putrefy, something like that. That's not bad. Or cast it and get All Sun's Dawn as our green card. Putrefy and Detention Sphere both deal with artifacts and enchantments. I'm a little wondering about how good Negate is in this format. Maybe we start with that on the sideboard. And I think we can play 17 lands. I don't think we have to do anything crazy. Now the main thing is figuring out our mana. We have 1, 2, 3 red, 4 red sources, and double red for Cruel Ultimatum, and triple red for Mizzix's Mastery. Blue sources 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's probably our most prevalent color. We also have blue signets, 2 of them, and a red signet, and Izzet Signet, and Felware Stone, which kind of helps with the double costs. Black 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems like enough black. White 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're We want to play... what are we playing for basics? We don't really need anything early. I mean, we got to play an island, I think. What are they suggesting? One of everything? Sure. That works for me. Alright, we'll see how this goes. This cube is very wacky.